Hey everybody, and welcome to the video. This one's all about the Instigator right here. As you can see, this thing is 1,680 gold and you can pick it up within the next week in the shop. This thing is the bow from the special ops set. It looks badass, it feels badass, and it hits hard as fuck. Here's the build I'm going with: double crit rating, double crit damage, and energy. Here's some of the additional settings that you can get on it, as well as the build I'm using. Yes, that's right, I'm using the Commando Spitfire build. You know it, I know it, here it is. But here's also the option if you are feeling a pure sniper damage. This is the sniper build that I go with when I'm using the bow and arrow. It's absolutely a monster. Now, like I said, I am using the Commando Spitfire build, so everything that you're seeing on the screen right now as far as DPS goes, that is all the bow. That's right, as you saw from my hero setup with going Commando, there is no bonus to bow damage in this build. So as you can see right here, whenever we do hit those headshots, it is proccing for over 1,000,000 damage, and there's going to be 1 or 2 shots in there as well where we crit on the head and we get 1.4 million damage with this bow with literally no buffs to damage. So if you do go with that chromium build, you're going to be hitting for way over 1.4 million damage. Now what we're going to be doing right now is we have a closed environment right here. There are power level 153 monsters in an environment where we can watch it. We're going to be doing some damage with the bow and then following up with that going Commando. We're going to be doing that against a couple smashers. Some of them are elemental, and boom, there's your 1,000,000 damage right there. Sexy. But yes, we're gonna have a couple smashers. We're gonna have some elemental smashers as well as some normal smashers, and we're gonna attack them with the bow and we're gonna attack them without the bow, and then we're gonna go ahead and compare that damage in slow motion. Now those are 130 traps. This is a 130 weapon. Everything's full legendary out, and yeah, here we go. Nice little sexy shot in that eye hole right there. Now we are just killing some time. It is going to take about another 15-30 seconds before those monsters show up. And this is of course a deliver the bomb, so we don't have to worry about the storm moving right here. And here we go. It looks like we were able to tag that smasher power level 154 and then just mow it down right there. The thing is, we popped the first smasher with the bow. Second smasher right here, we did not hit with the bow. Both of them did basically go down to that going Commando. Let's go ahead and break that down into slower motion as to what we just saw. Here's going to be the normal monster. The normal mist monster coming through. We hit it in the face for 1,000,000 damage because, hey, that's exactly what we do. We're going to be pulling out that going Commando. As you can see above it, there is now a red arrow right there above its health bar that indicates that we have proc that additional 20% damage from all sources. You can see right there we were getting on average 118 on the DPS. Now right here, this is an elemental who doesn't have the 20%, and we're pulling 15,000, 33,000, 35,000, 37,000, 40,000. It's averaging between anywhere between 15 and 47,000 from what I remember. There's a couple 48,000s. And yeah, as you can see right there, the elemental does take less damage than the actual normal physical smasher, but one of the reasons why is because it doesn't have that 20% of there. And if you are wondering what it does look like, here is what happens when you charge the bow up, and that's what it looks like when you have the bow drawn back past max. You get that really cool animation on the bow right there. It looks super sexy. I love it. I think they did a great job really animating this bow. So good job for Epic on that one. We do have some more smashers that we're going to test this out on. We do have that lobber shield block. Looks good. We're just ripping a couple shots over here because why not? We're waiting for that good. You know it. taking all those pot shots right there. And here we go. This is the 154 elemental smasher. As you can see, we do have the 20% additional damage, and now we are going to minigun it down. Let's go ahead and slow that down and take a look at the difference between this elemental that does have the 20% as well as the elemental beforehand that did not have the 20%. So as you can see right here, 66,000, 33,000, 139,000, 67, 65, 33, 73, a bunch of 73s in there, and that thing absolutely got mowed down. So I'll leave that up to you to really compare those two right there. Oh shit, but you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to go far. The answer is you did not. So we had two elemental smashers right there. The first one, we put that 20% extra damage on and then mowed him down with the minigun. This one right here, the first half of it, we did not hit it with the 20%. If you see there, it's in the 20,000s, it's in the 50,000s. And what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull that bow back, hit it with the 20%, and then we're gonna go commando again. So that way you can really get a solid comparison as to what that damage looks like as far as being increased with that 20% bow damage. Look at that, 68,000, 34, 35,000. It did jump up to 109,000. So there is a 20% increase in that damage, no doubt about it. And it does really help bring down those high level monsters. So this is not your casual bow that you're going to be using in every mission as far as getting value out of that 6 perk. Now don't get me wrong, you can pull this bow out in normal missions and absolutely slay everything. Like I said, I'm hitting over 1 million damage without any buffs to bows on this thing. And with that being said, I feel that this bow has a spot in high level games. I'm definitely talking twine endurance. If you are a twine endurance runner, you are gonna want this bow. It's only 1,680 gold, and you definitely want to get this thing. Thank you all so much for checking out the video. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Hopefully you enjoyed checking it out and seeing all those statistics. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.